So here we're going through the settings. So we'll start with the active screens and functions. So here you will activate and disable different screens in the system. So the first screen is the welcome screen on the kiosk. So this is the welcome screen, so you can disable this, and that means that you go directly to entering your the visitor's information. Select city multi-location. So this is if you have many locations, more than one location. So if you have a kiosk in one city and another kiosk in another city or another location, then you enable this, and that means that you have to select what location each display or kiosk is located in, so that we know where the visitor is entering. Confirmation screen that comes after the visitor has entered his information. So he gets a confirmation of the data he's entered before he prints his label, and we send an SMS or email to the employee that is visiting. NDA screen, so that's if you have a non-disclosure agreement or any other type of document that the visitor has to read through before entering, could be a safety document or something like that, that's located under NDA here in the settings. So you click here to enable that. Signature is usually connected to the NDA, so that the visitor signs with his finger or a pen on the screen to confirm that he's read the NDA. You can also use it without an NDA and just enable it, and that means that the signature will be stored with the visit. You can also take a visitor picture of the visitor. So you ask the user to take a photo of his face with the camera built into the kiosk. Purpose of visitor screen. So this is that the visitor has to tell us what the purpose of his visit is, if he's a carpenter or if he's a normal visitor or internal visit or whatever you need can be enabled here. Text to speech, that means that the texts displayed on the screen are read out with a text to speech module. Digital visitor badge, so this is if you want to have digital visitor badges instead of printing a label, you enable that here. And then we come to the active icons on the start screen. So the icons on the start screen are these different icons here. So if you want to enable or disable any of these icons, you select it here. So if I want to enable the parcel delivery icon and activate that function, then we push to activate it, and then on the visitor screen we go to reload settings here. So you go to language and reload settings, and then you have the parcel screen here, or parcel icon here. And then communication on visitor arrival. So this is where we send the information when a visitor arrives. We can send an SMS to the employee that the visitor is visiting, or we can send an email, or we can do it both. So SMS costs money per SMS you send. So you can get in touch with your salesperson to check the latest rates on SMS. Then we go to the general settings. So we have a top line color setting here. So in the visitor system, on the top here you have a line, so you can change that color to match your company profile. There's also a touch screen setting, what language you want the keyboard to be in. This is only on Windows kiosks. On Android and iOS kiosks we use the default keyboard, but on Windows we use a Raptool designed keyboard, and you set the language here. Delete visitor personal data after 2 days is set here. So that means after 2 days we clear all the personal data in the system for the visitor. So this can be in countries where you need to you can't keep personal data for longer than is necessary according to the GDPR rules. So it depends a little bit on your company, but you can set it for 5,000 days or 2 days or 1 day, depending on what your needs are. If you check this checkbox here, we will also delete the whole record. So we won't just clear out the personal data, but we will delete the whole record of the visit. We can automatically log out visitors that didn't check out by themselves by setting the time when we do this here. Signature screen text. So this screen here is, or this is connected to the signature screen. So it's just a text that will display on the signature screen there. Label printer settings. So if you have a label printer that prints labels or visitor labels, you can turn on and off the printer here. So if you don't have a label printer, it should be off. If you have a label printer, you set the checkbox here. If you want to print a parcel label, you set that here. If you're using parcels in our system, you can also upload label designs here. So you can upload a parcel label or a visitor label here. And then you set what communication your printer has. So it can be Wi-Fi or network based, or it can be Bluetooth, or it can be a local USB printer. So if you have a USB port connected from the printer to the kiosk, then you use this one. If you have a Wi-Fi or Ethernet cable, then you use this one. Backend and app user login. So this is how you log into the backend that you set up here. So if you require password, you set that here. If you want to show a list of employees, you set that here. If you instead want the employee to log in with email and password, so his personal email and personal password instead of the company login, then you set the checkbox to be over here. And then on the company license information, generally you don't have to change anything here. So this is your license ID, and the company name, that's what's displayed on the visitor welcome screen. So this is the text here. So that's where you enter your company information.